Disclaimer.
What is the worst pickup line you've ever heard? A guy came up to a colleague and told her, "Hey hottie, can I fuck your butt?" Just like that, out of the blue. Knew a guy in high school that used the ultra-direct approach. He'd just walk around at parties and stuff and say, "Do you wanna fuck?" to basically every lady there. Worked fairly often actually. Had a buddy that lived close to a college bar. His very successful line was, "Walk over cold, first words spoken to the girl in a very crowded bar, I live close, you wanna head over to my place?" It worked every Friday and Sat night. Sometimes he'd ask, the girl would say, "You asked me that last week." His reply was, "Did you?" They'd say no. He'd ask, "Why not?" "Want to now." And every now and then I saw that gem work. He was a decent-looking kid, tall and fairly built. Worked as a bouncer, but very average-looking dude. Had no right being successful with that line. I wasn't quite that direct, but I had incredible success with blunt, direct lines. But the important part is doing it in the correct environment, in a non-threatening manner, so a club, not the poor grocery store checkout lady. One time I was in a bar with my admittedly stunning friend and some guy was like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" Must be hard being out with a friend that's so much better looking than you. Obviously didn't work, told him to go fuck himself. "Hey, baby. I know you don't have your virginity anymore, but can I play with the box it came in?" This is the threat of worsts, not bests. A guy in a bar, you've got wrench eyes. Me, what? Guy, when you look at me, my nuts tighten. Made me laugh, but no way did it work. Buddy of mine, in a bar in Ft. Collins, Colorado back in 1990, saw some chick at the bar and was entranced by her. He was also very, very intoxicated. Asked me for a pickup line, I said you were on your own. Long story short, he approached her, panicked, asked her if she had ever been to Guatemala. Nope was her answer. Neither have I, wanna fuck? Still married to this day. I will write this one down. Whenever I see this I always picture SpongeBob yelling, "Write that down, write that down." I will disappoint you in ways you never thought were possible. Relatable as fuck. When I was in college, there was one liquor store in the area that wouldn't ID, but barely anyone ever went there, wasn't sure why. Anyways, I go there, get a bottle, and in front of me was a girl from the college. She gets wrung out and I grab my bottle, and as I'm walking out the door, this fat homeless guy looks up at her and yells, "Damn girl, you look so good, I just want to chop you up and put you in my sandwich." And makes a noise as he showcases how he would approach this metaphorical hottie sandwich. Never seen someone run that fast to their car, LMAO. Think that's one of Bill Shakespeare's. I was at a Dunks last year. It was only girls working there and some older man was at the counter in front of me. He said after he ordered, "I like my women like I like my coffee, ground up and in the freezer." I audibly said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and left. Edit, my buddy had a different version of that. It was, "I like my coffee the way I like my women, without other men's dicks in it." Yeah, who the hell puts coffee in a freezer? Did you fall from heaven? Because your face is really fucked up. This is so good. I don't think it will get you any, but it is funny. A guy told me he just started a new apprenticeship as a plumber helper and asked me, "Would you like to watch me install a toilet?" "Ma'am, I do my own plumbing." "So did you watch him install a toilet?" "'Cause I would. It'd be neat." Sitting at a bar and a girl I was on a date with was approached by another man who said, "Your pants look very empty without me in them." I had offered to give her my pants so that this guy could be in her pants. She laughed and we left the bar. Thanks random drunk guy, I went to third base that night because of you. I dated a lot in San Diego and multiple times guys would randomly come up to my dates and say something stupid and forward. It was like a 90% chance I was getting lucky after that. I don't understand the psychology of it, but from my experience, it's a thing. One time this girl was having a going-away party at a bar for work. This guy walks up to our table drunk and proceeds to tell this girl he has loved her since they met and just wants a chance. She worked with the guy for years and I just met her. I don't know what the protocol is for that, so I let him shoot his shot and asked her, "Is any of this working for you?" She said no, but it's funny that he tried. I got my butt licked that night and I didn't even know I was into that. Thanks, random drunk guy in love. It's how you handled it that makes the difference. If you just think these clumsy attempts to hit on someone obviously they're with someone else are funny and don't get angry about it, that makes you seem more confident and chill, which people are usually attracted to. Like with Guy when he changed a crude line into a joke about switching pants, he took something awkward and changed it into a good time, another quality people appreciate. If you immediately get super jealous and try and start acting tough over it, chances are your date isn't going to be as impressed. I was at a bar with my cousin and met some friends of some friends. My cuz is chatting up smoking hot blonde girl when friend of friend goes over and begins to make an ass of himself. This goes on for about 10 minutes until he comes and sits near me and says, "Your buddy owes me a beer." I look at him and say, "Why the hell would he owe you a beer?" He says, "Seriously?" I just made him look like king. And then it dawned on me. Holy crap. He just did that shit on purpose. My cousin dated that girl for 3 years. This is a strategy I've seen in How I Met Your Mother. Your wingman is the bad guy and you're the hero. There is a scene in the TV show Wings at a bar with Antonio and Brian. Antonio plays the bad cop and gets slapped in the face and thrown out of the bar before Brian comes in and saves her. Next night they do the same thing in reverse, but the girl likes Brian being forward and says something like she likes a man who knows what he wants. Antonio comes in and asks her if Brian is bothering him and she says no, but he keeps pestering her trying to be the good cop until she says that Antonio is the one bothering her. The bartender realizes he was the guy who was an ass the night before, so he gets thrown out again. Very funny show. I was 15 at the mall, 1990s, with a few friends and wearing shirt with flowers on it. Some guy walked up and asked, "How many seeds did it take to germinate your shirt?" I have no poker face and was extremely confused by the comment. He quickly said, "Terrible pickup line." I know. I blurted out, "That was a pickup line?" I wasn't trying to be mean. It really popped out of my mouth. He sort of shrugged and walked away. As someone who was comparatively as awkward as that dude in my preteens, I completely understand. On a very hot summer day, a van stopped and this pudgy metalhead rolled down his window and said, "I got air conditioner in the back. What do you think, you and me?" It wasn't threatening in the slightest. Just an honest and very direct question. I replied with, "I think not." He said all right, smiled and went on his way. I'm still impressed by the way he made it sound so not creepy. Metalheads are usually surprisingly nice people. I always chalked it up to getting all their or our aggression out in the music. Everyone should go into a mosh pit once in their life. From the outside it looks like a mess, but if you fall down to the ground there will be 5 people helping you up asking if you are okay within a second. A young lady was standing at the bar near me, and a young guy with flashy brand new clothes walked up to her and asked, "Are you single?" She barely looked at him before walking to the other side of the bar. I saw this guy do that 2 other times, and also one time he asked, "Do you have a boyfriend?" That girl laughed and walked to the bathroom for a few minutes. Someone messaged me on a dating app saying, "I'm like your appendix, I want to burst inside you." I'm like your appendix. Completely unnecessary. I'm like you appendix. Scientists used to think I was entirely vestigial before it was determined that I act as a reservoir for inoculant beneficial gut microbes. I think as a response to the earlier line and building on yours, you are like my appendix. I don't really need you in my life. Yeah, and you only ever take me out once. The good version of that line is, "Are you my appendix?" 'Cause I don't know what it is you do, but I've got this funny feeling that makes me want to take you out. You are like my appendix, in that I can't wait until you're removed and destroyed as biohazardous waste. About 10 years ago, I met a girl at my buddy's July 4th party. She introduced herself, I did the same and asked, "Do you like bagels?" "Yeah, I guess." I pull up my shirt and made a circle with my hands around my belly button. We got married 4 years later. This is the kind of autistic I aspire to be. You can also watch other videos by going to the channel. I will be pleased if you like them.